And next we will turn to Assistant Secretary Kelsey Olson with the Kansas Department of Agriculture.
Hi, Connie. It's great to be here today with all of you, and I'm looking forward to hopefully an interactive discussion. I know the previous speakers have been recorded, but I think those of us remaining are here to engage. So just to kind of go through some highlights that I had thought about as I prepared for this last week. We are certainly proud of the our staff, some of our staff that we brought on board recently. You might be familiar with Earl Lewis. He has been appointed as the chief engineer of our Division of Water Resources, and he comes to us from the Kansas Water Office, and we certainly appreciate him coming on board and working for the agency in the water area. The other individual to highlight is our Director of Conservation, Andrew Lyon. He comes to us from KDHE and has a background in working in water issues and conservation practices at the state level, and we are looking forward to those two leading the charges in their respective areas at KDA. What I mentioned both of those because I think it's important that we talk about the value of collaborating and partnerships when it comes to water. None of the water issues are easy. They are grand in scale, grand in price tags. So I think it's really important that we talk about conservation and we talk about water management together collaboratively. And as we work to solve problems, I think it takes all of us, whether it's state agency partners or if it's private partners, to really collaborate and to help mitigate the problems that we see as we go forward with water. I truly believe that Kansas will be stronger and better as we collaborate more and we build upon what one another's strengths are and focus on our efforts from that point of collaboration. When we think about water, I mean, it's so important that we are able to preserve our natural resource in the state of Kansas. It's, as we've heard from others, it's important for economic vitality. It's important for the health of our communities and for agriculture. And so what do we need to do to sustain that and preserve that? Well, I think it really comes down to making sure that the research is in place, whether it be with our water technology farms or private research of, how can we extend the life of our water? And then it's adapting to that. How do we use science-based decisions and proven results to get implemented, whether that be with soil moisture probes or, as we look at, enhancing the municipality water systems to avoid lost water and leaks and whatnot. And there's a variety of ways that we continue to refine and perfect those tools that are out there and get them in place so that we can extend that life. As I mentioned before, it's not an easy, oftentimes challenging conversation to have about the investment today, but really that investment today pays off as we are able to extend that water vitality for our communities and for agriculture for future generations. Some of the things that we're doing at KDA currently, I mean, we continue to have conversations with our neighboring states and our water interstate compacts. And those, we've had tough conversations, we've had good conversations, but we continue to engage and to have that open line of communication with one another so that we can all be prosperous and utilize our water as according to the plans. I think it's important that we continue to review what tools that we have as a state to drive change and implement water conservation throughout, making sure that we have the right tools in place that equip the locals to have locally led and driven initiatives, I think is really important. And I think that's locally driven partnerships are really key to that success, because we can dream all that we want at the state level, but if it doesn't make sense at a local level, it's not going to get implemented. So making sure that local level is involved is critical also. Those are kind of my comments that I wanted to share today, and I look forward to maybe some panel discussion in a little bit, but I'm happy to answer questions and looking forward to this conference. Thank you.